In the tumultuous theater of World War II, where armored warfare reigned supreme, few vehicles could match the sheer potency and adaptability of the M10 Wolverine tank destroyer. Born out of the crucible of conflict and designed to counter the formidable German armored units, the M10 Wolverine emerged as a symbol of American ingenuity and firepower. From the scorching sands of North Africa to the dense forests of Europe, the Wolverine prowled the battlefield with lethal intent, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. In this comprehensive exploration, we delve into the origins, development, combat performance, and enduring legacy of the M10 Wolverine. In the early years of World War II, the United States found itself in dire need of a dedicated tank destroyer capable of engaging heavily armored enemy tanks. As the conflict escalated, the inadequacies of existing American tank designs became increasingly apparent, particularly when faced with the formidable panzer divisions of the German Wehrmacht. Recognizing the urgent need for a specialized anti-tank platform, the U.S. Army Ordnance Corps initiated the development of what would eventually become the M10 tank destroyer. The M10 Wolverine, initially designated as the 3-inch gun motor carriage M10, was conceived as a fast, highly maneuverable vehicle armed with a potent anti-tank gun. Drawing inspiration from successful British tank destroyer designs such as the Archer and the Achilles, American engineers set out to create a vehicle that could effectively engage enemy armor at long range while remaining agile enough to outmaneuver potential threats on the battlefield. The design process culminated in the selection of the M4 Sherman tank chassis as the basis for the new tank destroyer. The decision to utilize the proven Sherman platform offered several advantages, including logistical simplicity, ease of production, and compatibility with existing supply chains. By mounting a powerful 3-inch, 76.2 mm, M7 anti-tank gun in an open-top turret on the Sherman chassis, engineers created a versatile and deadly weapon system capable of taking on the most heavily armored enemy tanks of the time. Production of the M10 Wolverine commenced in 1942, with multiple American manufacturers, including the Fisher Tank Arsenal, Pressed Steel Car Company, and Ford Motor Company, contributing to the effort. The first M10s rolled off the assembly lines in late 1942, and by early 1943, these fearsome tank destroyers were being deployed to frontline units in both the European and Pacific theaters of operations. The baptism of fire for the M10 Wolverine came during the North African Campaign, where American and British forces clashed with Axis troops in a brutal desert environment. Operating alongside British Commonwealth units, M10 crews quickly learned to appreciate the vehicle's speed, agility, and formidable firepower. With its 3-inch gun capable of penetrating the frontal armor of most German tanks at typical engagement ranges, the Wolverine proved to be a potent adversary for Rommel's Afrika Korps. One of the defining characteristics of the M10 Wolverine was its doctrine of aggressive tactics, emphasizing hit-and-run maneuvers and ambushes to maximize its firepower while minimizing exposure to enemy counterattacks. Operating in small, highly mobile teams, M10 crews would lie in wait for approaching enemy armor before unleashing devastating volleys of high-velocity armor-piercing rounds. Once their deadly payload had been delivered, the M10s would swiftly withdraw to safety, ready to strike again from a different location. The effectiveness of the M10 Wolverine was further demonstrated during the Allied invasion of Sicily and the subsequent campaign in Italy. In the rugged terrain of the Italian peninsula, where traditional tank warfare was often hampered by narrow mountain passes and steep inclines, the M10's speed and maneuverability provided a distinct tactical advantage. Whether supporting infantry assaults or conducting independent reconnaissance missions, the Wolverine proved its worth time and time again, earning the respect and admiration of Allied commanders and frontline troops alike. However, it was on the battlefields of northwestern Europe that the M10 Wolverine truly cemented its reputation as a fearsome adversary. Following the D-Day landings in June 1944, American and British forces spearheaded a massive offensive to liberate occupied France and pushed the German army back towards the Rhine. In the dense hedgerow country of Normandy, where conventional armored tactics often faltered, the M10 Wolverine excelled. Equipped with specially modified hedge-cutting devices, known as rhino tanks, some M10s were able to navigate through the formidable hedgerows that crisscrossed the Normandy countryside, surprising unsuspecting German tank crews with sudden and devastating attacks from unexpected angles. The flexibility and adaptability of the M10 Wolverine were instrumental in overcoming the tactical challenges posed by the Normandy bocage, allowing Allied forces to maintain momentum in the face of determined German resistance. As the Allied advance continued into Belgium, the Netherlands, and eventually Germany itself, the M10 Wolverine remained a stalwart presence on the battlefield, providing crucial fire support to infantry units and engaging enemy armor in fierce armored duels. Despite the introduction of heavier and more advanced German tanks such as the Panther and Tiger, the M10 continued to hold its own, thanks in large part to the skill and courage of its crews. The M10 Wolverine's service in World War II left an indelible mark on armored warfare, influencing the design of future tank destroyers and shaping the tactics employed by armored units around the world. Its success in combat demonstrated the effectiveness of specialized anti-tank platforms and highlighted the importance of mobility, firepower, and crew training in modern mechanized warfare. After World War II, many M10 Wolverines were sold or provided as military aid to Allied nations, where they continued to serve for years to come. Some were upgraded with more powerful guns or converted for use in other roles, such as self-propelled artillery or armored recovery vehicles. Others found new life in the hands of civilian owners and collectors, preserved as reminders of a bygone era of conflict and sacrifice. Today, the M10 Wolverine remains a popular subject of interest among military historians, model builders, and enthusiasts of World War II-era armor. Its distinctive silhouette and storied combat history evoke memories of a time when the fate of nations hung in the balance, and the roar of engines and the thunder of cannons echoed across battlefields scarred by the ravages of war. In conclusion, the M10 Wolverine stands as a testament to the ingenuity, determination, and courage of the men and women who designed, built, and crewed this iconic armored vehicle. From its humble origins as a concept on a drawing board to its battlefield exploits in some of the most challenging theaters of World War II, the M10 Wolverine left an enduring legacy that continues to inspire awe and admiration to this day.